Now looking ahead to more sport now, we're joined by Brent Costello, who's at Rest Point, ahead of tonight's Tasmanian telecast of The Footy Show. Brent.
Thanks, Peter. As you can see behind me, final preparations are underway for tonight's broadcast. We'll speak to one of the show's stars later in sport. Also tonight, Richmond's set to welcome back a gun player for Saturday's huge clash against North Melbourne at Blunston Arena. In tennis, Nick Kyrgios claims a major scalp overnight. We'll have highlights of his big win over Roger Federer. Cripps Waratah will be aiming to keep its State Netball League season alive tomorrow night when it meets Arrows in Hobart. And the Kookaburras Hobart International Series continues tonight with a match against Korea at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre. I'll be back at Rest Point Casino shortly, but for now, it's back to you in the studio.
Good on you, Brent. Thanks very much indeed. Now on the way on Win News tonight. Well, it's time for sport now, and tonight, my very good friend Brent Costello is on location. Brent, a very good evening to you.
Good evening, Peter. I'm here at Rest Point's Entertainment Centre ahead of tonight's live broadcast of The Footy Show. We'll speak to panel member Shane Crawford after the break. Also tonight, Nick Kyrgios claims an upset win against one of the world's best tennis players. Good evening from Rest Point Casino, where in just a few hours the Footy Show will broadcast live from Tasmania for just the second time in its 22-year history. As you can see behind me, final preparations are underway ahead of tonight's broadcast, with doors here at the Entertainment Centre set to open within the next hour. Joining me now is one man that will play a key role in tonight's proceedings, panellist Shane Crawford. Shane, thanks very much for joining us on Win News.
It's nice to be with you and nice to be back in Tasmania.
Tell us what we can expect tonight, mate. A huge sellout crowd here at Rest Point.
Yeah, I've got no idea, and that's the way we like to keep it. We have the unexpected. I know Gary Lyons going to do a challenge of some sort, which we haven't told him. We don't even know yet. Sam Newman's in a playful mood, so it should be a really good show, lots of fun and hopefully lots of laughs.
And of course, you yourself made a strong affiliation with Tasmania with your time with Hawthorn. You must enjoy coming down here.
Yeah, it feels like I'm coming home because I've had so many wonderful moments in Tasmania playing football and obviously sponsoring the football club. So there's been a great connection and association for quite some time. And I love Tasmania. I can't talk highly enough of Tasmania, how beautiful it is, and always have plenty of fun when we're down here.
And the show, of course, mate, has been on air for 22 years, which is an unbelievable achievement, I guess. You must be proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's a big family in front of the camera and also behind, and a lot of hard work goes into it. We just try and have a lot of fun and lots of laughs and talk some kind of sense at some stage. So, we're still going strong. Although Sam Newman a few times has come close to switching us off air for quite some time, but we're still there. Sam's still very much a part of the show, and we're still on air.
Well, Shane Crawford, thanks very much for joining us on Win News, and all the best tonight. We're looking forward to the show.
Thank you very much. Hopefully everyone tunes in, and it's great to be back in Tasmania.
Well, it's been a mighty effort to bring the program to the state. A short time ago, I caught up with Rest Point's Kath McCann, who spoke of some of the logistics it's taken to get the show here.
Look, it's been a big week, there's no doubt about it, but nightmare is probably not the word I'd use. These guys from Nine have been an absolute pleasure to deal with, and our team at Rest Point have absolutely embraced it.
Is this one of the biggest things you've brought to the casino over the years?
Yeah, look, in recent times it definitely is. It's a really exciting thing, and I think the thing that's been most heartwarming for us at Rest Point is how the community's come together to support it.
What's next? You've got a big challenge to bring another big event here, I guess, now.
Yeah, look, we've got a lot of events on, and tomorrow night we've got Anastasia in-house. We've just announced Paul Hogan. We've got Shaggy in a couple of weeks, so it's events galore here at Rest Point, and rest assured we're in the planning for the next big thing.
Well, Kath McCann, all the best for tonight, and thanks for joining us on Win News.
Thanks, Brent. We're stoked.
Well, not surprisingly, producers have told us tonight's show will have a distinct Tasmanian flavour. Local boy Jack Revolt will join North Melbourne's Nick Dal Santo on the panel, and Sam Newman will conduct his famous Street Talk segment from Hobart's Elizabeth Street Mall. To the rest of today's sporting news now, and Richmond is expected to welcome back star midfielder Brett Deledio for Saturday's clash with North Melbourne at Blunston Arena. Deledio completed half of the main training session this morning after missing 4 weeks with a calf injury. But coach Damien Hardwick is a little cautious about guaranteeing his recall. And if selected in the final team, Evergreen bomber Dustin Fletcher will this weekend become the first man in more than 80 years to play AFL football after turning 40. Overseas now, and Nick Kyrgios has described his upset win over world number 2 Roger Federer as the greatest of his career. The 20-year-old knocked his childhood hero out of the Madrid Open, winning a third set tiebreak which lasted 26 points.
It was a bit tough to get some sleep knowing that I was going out there, but before the match I didn't feel nervous or anything like that. I was just excited to get out in the court, and I've been playing well recently on the clay, so I knew that I had a good chance.
The win wasn't without controversy, however, with Kyrgios receiving a code violation for abusing a line umpire. Back home in Cripps Waratah will be hoping to keep its State Netball League season alive when it meets the undefeated Arrows at the Hobart Netball and Sports Centre tomorrow night.
We haven't missed finals for the last 5 years, so it'll definitely be a change for us, but we do have a new team this season, so I guess it won't be as big of a disappointment as if we still had our same team from last year.
Yeah, it's good to know that we've secured the double chance and hopefully first home final. So but certainly I think the hard work starts now.
Tomorrow night's match begins at 8:15. The Kookaburras Hobart International Test Series continues tonight when they host Korea at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre.
It was a bit cold on Tuesday night, but the stands are still full, and it just shows the appetite for that high-level sport in Tasmania.
The Kookaburras finished the tournament with matches against New Zealand and Pakistan at the weekend. Boxing great Manny Pacquiao could be sued for $5 million by fans who say he hid a serious shoulder injury before taking on Floyd Mayweather. They're seeking millions of dollars in damages, claiming that Pacquiao never stood a chance of winning.
It was meant to be the fight of the century, but for many it was a dud and they want their money back.
There's the Mayweather right hand.
Manny Pacquiao and his team have been hit by a class action lawsuit with fans seeking damages of $5 million so far, and that's expected to grow. The suit claims they cheated the public by hiding his shoulder injury, with Pacquiao only revealing it after the fight he lost to Floyd Mayweather.
3 weeks before the fight, there's a tear in my right shoulder.
The fight pulled in around $500 million, a lot of that from pay TV. The lawsuit claims hundreds of thousands of fans who paid to watch the fight and bet money on it were victimised by Team Pacquiao's failure to disclose the injury and to cover it up.
From the fan perspective, given the money involved, given the money they spent, they at least wished they knew this going in.
So did the celebrities who flocked to Las Vegas to watch the fight, including Hollywood actor Mark Wahlberg, who bet P. Diddy $250,000 that Pacquiao would win.
Ooh, $250.
Pacquiao could also face fines or suspension from boxing for failing to disclose the injury. His team have called the allegations demonstrably false, but they might not have the punch to fight it.
Barcelona is on the verge of their first Champions League final in 4 years, thanks to another magnificent performance from Lionel Messi. The 27-year-old scored 2 and set up another in the first leg of his side's semi-final against Bayern Munich. It was his 100th appearance in European football, with the double moving him back ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo as the competition's all-time leading goal scorer. Finally, proving he's a pioneer of the modern church, Pope Francis has become an honorary member of the Harlem Globetrotters. The basketball stars, who are on a tour of Italy, showed off their moves at the Vatican, even letting the pontiff try his hand at their signature spin. The Pope was then presented with his very own jersey, bearing the number 90 and his name. Well, that's it for sport tonight. Don't forget the Footy Show will be live on Win from 9 o'clock tonight, direct from here at Rest Points Entertainment Centre. We'll have a full wrap-up in Win News tomorrow night, but for now, it's back to you in the studio, Pete.
Good on you, Brent. Thanks very much indeed for that. Stay close. Weather details next, and there'll be rain statewide tomorrow.